Today's book is The Button Box. The author is Margarette S. Reid. The illustrator is Sarah Chamberlain. My grandma has a special box. I like to play with what's inside. I swirl the buttons round and round, and then I pick the ones I like. 10 have flowers painted on them, just like Grandma's china dishes. I like to sort them first. Next, I look for sparkly buttons. I pretend they're jewels that once belonged to kings and queens and movie stars. Some buttons are covered with cloth, satin, velvet, or corduroy. They make me think of fancy clothes. There are metal buttons from overalls and jeans, leather ones from cowboy shirts, and sweaters. This looks like one from Grandpa's winter coat. Grandma says these small ones came from shoes worn long ago. Next, I sort the shiny buttons that came from uniforms. I line them up like marchers in a big parade. The one with the eagle I call Mr. President. I pull out all the pearly ones and make a rainbow pattern. When does little change to big? I can never tell. Some buttons have 4 holes, some 2. Some don't have any sewing holes. They have shanks instead. These make good eyes on puppets or stuffed animals. Sometimes when Grandma sorts with me, we play a special game. We stir the buttons, shut our eyes, and then we each take one. Grandma asks, "Are they alike?" Mine is wooden, so is hers. Both are round and flat. But hers is thick and mine is thin. She puts my button on a string. "Whirl it around," she says. The string twists up. I pull the ends. We listen to it hum. Grandma tells me what some buttons used to be. Some were seashells. Some were even sand. Big furnaces heat up the sand until it melts. When it cools, it is glass. Wooden buttons came from trees. Deer shed their antlers every winter and grow new ones in the spring. I like the buttons made from their old horns. When it's time to put the buttons back, I pretend I'm very rich, counting all my gold. I like to feel the buttons then, the bumpy and the smooth. I like the way they sound, clickety-tappity, falling through my fingers, one by one, into the box. Then Grandma puts the box away, where it will wait till next time. I wonder who first figured buttons out. Just like the little boy in the story, my grandma had a button box where she kept all of her old buttons. And one of the fun things to do with buttons is to sort them. That means to put them into groups by something that's the same. You can find buttons, all the big ones and the little ones. You can sort them by color. You can put the gold ones into somewhere different than the purple ones. You can have ones with pictures and ones without. You can take out the cloth ones and maybe put them in a different spot than the plain ones. There are some with 4 holes. There are some with 2 holes. And there are some with 0 holes at all. These ones have a shank. There are lots of ones with different shapes. You can put the different shapes in groups. Now, if you don't have buttons to sort, then you can find something else to sort. Or, like I said, put them into groups by something the same. You can put things into groups by what color they are. You can put the groups into sort things into groups by what color or shape or size. Have fun sorting.